Ari benefita ndo ari ku permits. Isa adacha ari benefita. Uri pa kumwedzi mali anochaja akawandisa. Ichatawana example anochaja mari 2 bags. 2 bags watisa matembe 2 bags it's almost 3,000. Isa apa chatu kwasa kuwana toshandira iyi.
The cost
Chinu chedu Simba Bora. So we will keep you updated on what will be happening. Right, let's say hello to our 2 experts from ZBC TV Sports. First, let's say hello. He is also the Chief Executive Officer of Northern Region Division 1 Pacesetters, Ngombe Awora, the Hunters, who are already sitting on top of the standings. We used to call him Jemba Jemba after Eric Jemba Jemba of Manchester United. Remember the Cameroonian? We still call him Jemba Jemba. I'm talking about Terence Malunga. Jemba Jemba, welcome to the show and congratulations. 2 games played and you're already on top of the Northern Region Division 1 standings.
It's always a pleasure, Charlie, and obviously it's good to be on the top, and especially if you're playing fantastic football, it's a plus.
Right.
And we're looking forward to the match that we're gonna be watching.
That's right.
Hoping we're gonna have a very interesting one. These are two giants.
Yep.
One a giant in the making, or a giant already, because of the all around it and the hype around Scotland, which has gotten the stadiums full again, and we have a pure platinum play, and not sitting so bad and on the log at the moment, but we have a team that is quite experienced.
That's right. So it promises to be quite something. Right, we will also say hello to a man who is 3 points away from the league title. No, not in Zimbabwe. I'm talking about this guy who is a fanatical admirer of Liverpool, of the English Premier League. Yes, 3 points away from the league title. Champions-elect Liverpool. But we won't be talking about Liverpool. I'm talking about the guy we call Jose here at ZBC TV Pockets Hill. He is Joseph Nkani. Jose, it's always good when you're around.
Yeah, always a pleasure, Senen, to be here and discussing the most beautiful game in the world, the game of football we so passionately follow. Yes, indeed, today we are here to see a match between FC Platinum, former champions, who are sitting mid-table in 10th position, but not that they are doing badly. You know, they are just not scoring. But otherwise, they are a team that can do anything. And of course, we're looking at Scotland, who are trailblazing as we speak right now. They are currently 3rd position. And looking good, you know, for the money. So we're looking forward to a blockbuster match, which hopefully is going to be a win for the better team of the day.
Okay, right. We will see what will happen right now. Without any further ado, fasten your safety belts. We are taking you to the high-density suburb of Mumhari, to Rufaro Stadium, where, of course, we did say that Scotland are hosting FC Platinum. Let's join Stanley Katsande, DJ, who is alongside Ginola Willie Mutingwa. We'll be talking to you at halftime. Right, we're just waiting there to connect with DJ Stanley Katsande and William Tingwa. As you see there, those are the shots from Rufaro Stadium. The teams arriving at the ceremonial home of football, and very, very impressive indeed. The kids and everything. That's Mavira Vira arriving. First, of course, they are the hosts, and they are sitting at number 3 in the 18-team Zimbabwe Premiership log standings. And of course, number 1 are Moors, who are taking on Dynamos, of course. And number 2, Angesi Platinum, of course, who are taking Iboso Highlanders at Buildup Stadium. Now, Moors arriving with a lot of pomp and fanfare. Arriving with a lot of pomp and fanfare. And I'll tell you what, as we see the kits there for Mavira Vira, I'll tell you what, we've just got connected now to DJ, That's Stanley Katsande, and of course sitting alongside Shinola William Tingwa. So let's hear what they have to say. We'll be talking to you at halftime.
Premier League soccer match here at Rufaro Stadium. A wonderful afternoon indeed, plenty of cloud cover, no rain threats at all as we see the pure platinum play. Driving into Rufaro Stadium in another luxurious bus, the African Dream. They won the league championship 4 in a row, a feat only equaled by Dynamos under the tutelage of Callisto Pasua, who is now the Malawi national team coach. What a coach he is. He elevated the team in Malawi, Nyasa Big Bullets, to win the league another 4 times in a row. And the Malawian authorities decided this is the man who should be coaching their team. And some of those players now coming through. Chikua, will you make it today? Your guess is as good as mine. Young Muremba is penciled in to make his first start here at Rufaro Stadium. Of your screens, the two teams walking onto the field of play. And there is and very soon we'd like to hear what the coaches have been saying before kickoff.
We started our preparations on Tuesday, not forgetting this game in mind, because of course it was much to do with Independence Day celebrations. But we have done our homework. We have watched a few of their games which they've played so far. We are playing a quality side. If you look at individuals, they've got so much quality. They've got so much quality. But at the end of the day, it's a game of football. It's a game of football. What is important for us is just to be very disciplined in all aspects of the game. We have some positives, so many positives in our past matches. We have been creating opportunities. But at the end of the day, it's a game of football. Like I said, you just have to keep believing and hoping that everything will fall into place.
I think Scotland is only 6 games into the league, and for that, I don't think we can call it a big club. It's a small club with big players. We have made 2 changes from the previous game that we drew against Yada here. We have brought in Frederick Ansah-Bochweit. Shauna Chipunza is out due to injury, of course, and then we have also brought in Kingsley Mureremba for his first start for the season. He was injured. He was coming back slowly, and I think he is now at a stage that he can start a match, and we have opted for him instead of Panashem Timpanyoka. Fans will always be fans. Fans will always want to win every game, but those are fans. We are following a football process. That is what we are following, and according to the process that we are following, the team has done really, really well.
That was, of course, the coach's views, and the national anthem has just been played as we see the pure platinum playing white. And now they would like to take the Premier League by storm. They are left behind the team that they competed against in Division 1 in Moors World of Sport Moors, who are hosting Dynamos today at Ngoni Stadium. And I can tell you, part of the crowd that was supposed to be here must be in Norton. It's only 48 kilometers away from here, as we see the referee, Trinity Dirwai, conducting the toss with the respective captains there, Brian Banda and Walter Msona. The job is done. The man in the middle, as I said, is Trinity Dirwai, who is going to be in charge of proceeding. An agronomist by Lakson Mara, who is a member of the police force of Zimbabwe, and Jealous Joao, a salesman at a mine. And then comes Anna Maria Mtanga, an ambulance technician, and veteran referee, match commissioner Walter. That's this is Mukuna, Wilfred Mukuna. I was looking at Walter Msona and then thinking of Wilfred Mukuna at the same time, but Wilfred Mukuna is the match commissioner today. These are some of the referees that really illuminated the scene in Zimbabwe as we see the two teams in a huddle to galvanize a unit of purpose. This is FC Platinum. You see there the likes of Precious Piri, youngster Magaya, Brian Banda with jersey number 8, the captain. And then Nelson Chajga is between the sticks today. Peter Mdua is going to add solidity at the back. Now, Scotland do have a mascot. That's a new development in Zimbabwe, Willie.
Exactly, Stanley. I think it spices up the game, but Stanley, like you were saying, that the crowd is not as we expected here at Rofaro, especially considering that this is two of the biggest teams in Zimbabwe, the FC Platinum, former champions, and then Scotland being an expensively assembled team with all the resources. We expected a far much better crowd, but you know, Dynamos being Dynamos are crowd pullers, and then they are playing only about 45 or so kilometers away from the capital at not on the Ngoni Stadium. Obviously, most fans have just traveled there, and I think at Ngoni Stadium there will be a much of a hype of activity.
As the two teams prepare, Nyasula and Brian Banda, we take a look at the team. Scotland, they bring in Kingsley Mureremba making his debut for the team here, as well as Gareth Madake making his start. He has played before, but has taken over from Ronald Fumbidzai, and Kamabiliat is expected to play as a lone striker upfield. Going to be assisted by the likes of Vasily Kawe and Bochwe, who will be operating from the middle of the park. And this is FC Platinum. And of course, you can expect a lot coming in from the likes of Divine Mindirira. Brian Banda, the captain, full of running. Will he make it today as we get underway here under the control of Trinity Irwai? And Scotland pick up possession, playing in blue. Here they come now. Bochwe flicks it forward. That was picked up, and that surely should be a foul. Msebe penalized by the referee. That will be a free kick. Madake lays it square. They played backwards. That is pure Platinum play. FC Platinum with their goalkeeper Sbarase Bizabani playing a long ball forward. Here it is. And easily taken away. They're looking quite comfortable. Dazzling skills, and this is Bochwe now. Ball played through to Kamapiliat. Madake playing on the right-hand side. He plays on both flanks for FC Platinum. This is Kevin Moyer. Looking for Walter Msona. Brings the ball neatly down. Bits his man. He goes forward. Turns away. And a good-looking cross will come in and straight at the goalkeeper. Bizabani Simbarashe. And he nearly jacked Chandra Indirai and company off their seats. But the cross could have been a lot better. Here they come now. This is Nixon Nyasulu. Playing it back to his goalkeeper. Actually forcing him to prevent that ball from rolling into an empty net. Bizabani playing too much football, and they nearly gave away the ball, but luckily for them, it's been picked up now by Nyasulu to play it backwards to his goalkeeper, and Norman Mapeza wants them to be attentive and avoid these silly mistakes. Nyasulu once again to the goalkeeper, who plays a long ball this time around, controlled well, and that should be taken away by Madake. He's an athletic youngster. Tough on the ground as well as in the air. Very difficult customers for many wingers. Adake to take the throw. We welcome those joining us for the first time. Still 0-0 here, Scotland versus FC Platinum. And the Charger can play a long ball forward. Met once again by pure Platinum play. Yes, Kevin Moyer. Formerly of pure Platinum play as well. Now they're going forward. It looks a bit dangerous, Clivett. And the ball played through. Met by Peter Mdua. And this effort goes over the bar. Brian Banda trying his luck from the best part of 25 meters, but it was always rising, Willie.
Exactly, and I will remember Brian Banda some time back, I think 2 seasons ago, he scored one of the most spectacular goal ever scored here to Rufaro at long range. I'm sure they were playing, I don't remember which team they were playing. Is it Harare City? Yes, it was versus Harare City. A long power drive by Banda, that was what he was trying there, but this time it was very unsuccessful, and the foul there conceded after Walter Msona was brought down.
Yes, Walter Msona brought down. And he leaves the ball back for, as we see there, rounding off
Oscar Bebe.
Oscar Bebe. This is Charger. Looking for Madake, and he finds him. Madake plays this too short. It's taken away by Divine Mindirira, who goes down under challenge. The referee blows to give pure Platinum play a free kick, which they take quickly through El Shaddai Desire Magaya. Precious Spirit checks in field. Looking for his captain Banda, who gets it. Nyasolo will play through. And once again, a tussle for possession. One there by Manenji. Long one. It's too long for Walter Msona. Msebe had the idea, but unfortunately his pass was overcooked. And it has gone out of play for a throw-in. Richard Irwai orders to be retaken. It will come from the near side here. FC Platinum playing from left to right, defending the city end and attacking the Mbare end here at Rufaro Stadium. Here they come now from the far side. Ball played through. They find Banda in the middle of the park. Tries to play a long one, but again cut short. Msona comes back to Manenji on the near side. Back to Kama Billiard. He hasn't seen much action in the first few minutes of the game here, but finds Manenji, who guides it back to Kevin Moyer. Peter Mdua, former Highlanders captain. Mdua once again looks upfield, giving it to Madake, lays it on the ground, trying to set up a run there with Kawe, but this one has been played into touch for a throw-in, which will be taken quickly. Here it comes now to Bochwe for Scotland. They play it straight to Msona. A lovely ball played through to Kamabiliat. Will he find the space? He does, brings in it low. Not a very good one, and easily taken away by the goalkeeper. And in the end, that comes to nothing, but surely Kamabiliat, with so much space and time, should have done a lot better there, Willie.
Exactly, I expected him to take his time, pick his spot, and pick an on-rushing player there. They just crossed it in a hurry as if he was under pressure, but he had all the time to come up with a better cross and finding a teammate inside the box.
Pure Platinum play restart the formula once again with Scotland threatening more and more. Each time they have got possession. Here's Msebe. Mreremba finally picking up the ball. Gets the return pass. The wonderfully gifted youngster. They got him from Caps United. He's one of the players that the whole nation is looking up to. I'm talking about young Kingsley Mreremba. playing in the middle of the park. Give him the chance. He'll do something great for his team. Peter Mdua to Kevin Moyo. As they knock it around, Bochwe back to Mdua. And nobody home for Peter Mdua. This will be picked up there by Pure Platinum Play as they continue to knock it around among their defenders, just giving each and everyone a feel of the ball before getting down to serious business. Precious Piri heads it forward. Another flick. And this one taken away. A chance now for Pure Platinum Play. He turns the wrong way. Can he make a shot in? And it's blocked. My word, no wonder why they played 6 games, Willie. Only scored twice.
Yes.
They hesitate in front of goal.
That was a good opportunity for Ngwenya there. You were supposed to aim at goal because the defenders, they were caught in 6s and 7s in confusion there. Mdua and Kelvin Moyo. They should have been punished there, but Tandilikos Ngwenya squandered that golden opportunity that had fell on FC Platinum. And like you are saying, all season, having played 6 games, they've only scored 2 goals. But in defense, they're doing well. They've also conceded only 1 game. Having played the 6, they won only 1 match, drawn 5. That's a lot of points being dropped there, 10 points in total.
Yes, indeed, that's a lot indeed. And if you're aiming to win the log, if you drop 10 points in 7 matches, you do have a problem. Ball is played back to the goalkeeper, Spizabani. Clips a long one. Picked up here by Oscar Bebe. Can't fasten onto it. Here's Mreremba now, skipping around his opponents. Manenji, with his big frame, manages to find the space. Neatly taken down as Mindirira. Looks for space down the far side. A good ball played through by Msebe, who finds support from Mreremba. Scotland knocking the ball around with a bit of purpose now. Bochwe. Mreremba guiding it backwards to Peter Mdua for Kevin Moyo. Mabiravira just keeping possession. Here's Walter Msona, one of the trickiest players, and he finds Kamabeliat. Oh dear. A few millimeters. That could have been disaster for Pure Platinum Play, because Kamabeliat and Walter Msona have got this telepathic understanding and very nearly punished the visitors here.
And Stanley, maybe if he was a bit taller like Timon Machope, I'm sure he was going to reach that ball.
Yes, indeed. It all depends on whether Timon Machope would have the same sense of timing.
Exactly.
Yes,
that's one thing most fans or most coaches would not understand. They will actually tease players saying that it was a tap-in goal, but that telepathic understanding to go into that space, it's a hard work. That's intelligence to me.
Exactly, it is. It is. You know where to be. And that, of course, will win you matches as the ball is picked up once again by Viravira. Here they come. Kamabeliat back to Manenji, who decides to find Kevin Moyo for Peter Mdua. Gareth Madage calling for it. Finds Msebe. Back to Peter Mdua. Kamabeliat on the near side here, indicating that he wants the ball. Good play there. Walter Msona to Kamabeliat once again in a good looking position. Here inside the area, Kamabeliat draws the cross, not good enough. And finally scrambled away by FC Platinum. But my word. And Bochwe has worked himself into trouble here, into the referee's black book. Yellow card on Bochwe. Good tackle indeed, and it was still inside the opponent's half. No need really to bring him down. He is very careless indeed, and I think the referee is absolutely right. Trinity did White flashing his yellow card on Bochwe, Frederick Bochwe, for what was previously considered a professional foul. And Norman Mapeza furious with his players because they are being opened up time and again. And the band still plays. I wonder what happened to the back of that shirt. That man has got his back to the match and still celebrating. And of course, the technical team from FC Platinum making sure they pass on some very important points to Precious Piri and company. And the Pure Platinum play supporters not to be outdone. They're also in full voice, Willie.
Exactly, and that technical side, I'm sure that is Daniel Veremu, assistant to Norman Mapesa, was giving a few instructions to Precious Piri. And as you've seen, that Platinum, they also have them traveling fans here. They came with their buses, busing their supporters all the way from the Shawane, which is good to see, Stanley. And especially this today, it's an Easter Monday. We need to see this ground packed to capacity, but unfortunately, I think we've just have about 5,000 or so fans here at the Rufaro this afternoon.
Oh yes, indeed. We expected it to be a lot better, but well, maybe the counter attraction in Norton has taken some of the fans in Harare. Pure Platinum play. Bizabani standing on the ball. Precious Piri with a one touch. Ball played through once again. Bebe to Mindirira, who loses possession. Kevin Moyo. Kawe fighting for the ball, wins it, comes back to Msona. This is Kama Billiard. He has got the skill. Kama Billiard tries to check his run, beats his man in the process. Kama Billiard and Walter Msona, and they tried to combine, but it didn't come out. Throw in to Scotland FC. Mapirawira with a throw. Manenje will pick it up, plays it short. Kawe. It comes to Mreremba. Had a heavy touch, but directed it towards Walter Msona, who I think didn't want it at the time. And it has gone back to Bizabani. Simbarashe David Bizabani, the FC Platinum goalkeeper, who is on the ball now. Bizabani. Some of his colleagues are calling for the ball, the likes of El Shaddai Magaya. But this one played through. It's a long one from Misha Gwengwenya. The goalkeeper will take it away. Nelson Chajga taking some time here in a green strip. White gloves on white boots, clips it forward. Straight to the wrong man. Mreremba goes down, and it's actually his colleague.
Should be
who goes down.
Masebe.
Msebe.
Yes.
They went for the same ball, and in the end, they were penalized for sandwiching an FC Platinum player. So that will be a free kick to Pure Platinum play. 0-0 the scoreline if you're joining us for the first time. Good flick, looking for Mindirira. This one is miscued, and Peter Mdua make sure it's safe, out of play on the far side. Here's Banda playing it through. Fighting for a high ball as we confirm the scoreline here in the first half. 0-0. Referee has once again stopped play. That's Kamabilia down, and a yellow card
Nyasulu
on Nyasulu. Yeah, match becoming more and more physical and careless, I must say, to a certain extent. As you take a look at this one, he actually took a swing at Kamabilia.
Yeah, I'm sure that is the reason why he was yellow carded.
Yeah.
Because he knew exactly what he was doing. He wanted to stop Kamabilia, who was finding his way past him there, and he deliberately then confirmation Nixon Nyasulu been given that yellow card. So one apiece in terms of yellow cards.
Yes, indeed, one apiece in terms of the yellow cards. As Walter Msona plays a long ball forward, easily taken by Bizabani. Simbarasha David. No challenge at all, no problems. He had a long view of this one. He took it with consummate ease. Here it comes to Bebe. Brings it down neatly. Cuts inside. Bebe finds support from Precious Piri. The return pass fails and Kawa is chasing. In the end, this will be a throw-in after one or two dummies there from the FC Platinum defender, Nixon Yasulu. Comes back to Bebe, who sits on the ball, and that's a foul. Free kick. Well, the ref, I think, decided that he was fouled. As we take a look there, he goes down. For a moment, I thought that it was an FC Platinum free kick, but who am I? I'm only a commentator, and the man in the middle knows exactly what to do. Brian Banda finds support, and the Platinum have lost it. Here's Kama Billiard, lays it through for Kawe! 1-0. Vasily Kawe, the goal scorer here. And Pure Platinum have created their own problems. Scotland Maviravira make it 1-0, Willie.
Exactly, Stanley. That was a defensive mix-up, and exactly the same thing they should have done on the other end when Tokondus Ngwenya wasted that glorious opportunity. But this time, Kama Billiard and Kawe combining and wasting no chance in beating David Bizabani. He was just considered his second goal of the season. So after 18 minutes there, it's Scotland 1, FC Platinum 0.
Oh yes, indeed, 1-0. Scotland Maviravira in the lead. Vasily Kawe with the goal. That's how they play in the picture for you. With Kama Billiard harassing the defenders out of their life. Here he is, shaped up for a shot and laid it out for Kawe on a silver plate, and he didn't miss. The goalkeeper had no chance at all. Simba David Bizabani, beaten by that man in the picture. Second goal that FC Platinum have conceded. Will they be able to come back? These fans in the picture will tell you no ways. It's going to be one-way traffic. But of course, the team from Dushawane will have a big say on the final destination of the points. Their coach there seated pensively, studiously looking at the encounter to see how best he can find parity here. And another foul as FC Platinum are trying to work their way through. Here's a long ball forward. Madake beaten in the air, cleared away by Kevin Moyo. Walter Msota takes it down. The goal scorer will pick it up. But again, Bebe comes back to help it out. Precious Piri. Nyasulu clips it away from Walter Msona. Chested down neatly. And it's played on the near side here. Bebe cuts inside. Banda tries a shot. It's feeble. And this one played on the near side. A chance once again. A good-looking cross inside the area. The shot comes in. And this one goes over the bar. But the ref had already blown.
I'm sure there's a handball offense in the build-up to that before that ball was ballooned over the bar. And FC Platinum player there handling in the process. And the referee quite right in spotting that handball. I'm sure you're going to have a second look. And that cross came in from Precious Piri.
Piri's cross. I think it's on that occasion when he went for the aerial challenge that he ended up handling. Here is Nelson Chaja now. We were talking to the to the Scotland officials. They were telling us that the goalkeepers, there is no first choice goalkeeper at FC Platinum. You know that they've got Talbot Shumba and Kevin Shangwa, as well as Nelson Chajga. If you concede a goal, then it means if you actually lose a match, then another goalkeeper is given the chance. And that's how they operate.
Exactly like Talbot Shumba, when they lost to Ngezi here after that penalty in the 82nd minute, then that's when he lost his number one spot. And now Nelson Chajga hasn't lost a match yet, so he still remains on the stick, but on the bench they'll be rotating until Chajga loses a match.
Yes, indeed, as the corner will come now from FC Platinum. Being taken from the far side. It's a good-looking one. Headed over. And it comes back on the near side. For a moment, I thought Bebe would keep it, but decided against collecting it. And this will be another long throw from the near side because every FC Platinum player is drifting into the box. You've got 6 players there. It's taken short. Headed down once again, and Peter Mdua allows the Nelson Jajiga to collect before playing the ball downfield. 1-0. We are into the 24th minute. Scotland in the lead. Vasily Kawe with the goal. Manufactured by Kama Billiard. Was penciled in to play as a lone striker, and I must say that he's doing a fantastic job in that particular role. Here is Kawe once again, who is providing the danger. Checks one way, lays it through for Kama Billiard in a dangerous area. Now to Walter Msona. The blow is blocked. Msebe turns away and eventually gives away the opportunity. Manenje will clip it through, and this one will be taken away by Nyasulu. This one out of play for a throw in, but Kama Billiard is running into these very dangerous positions, and for some reason FC Platinum players are failing to track him down, Willie.
Exactly. I'm sure he's now coming back to his best. Remember, he started the season very slowly. The first game he missed through injury, so it means the injury was affecting him, but now he's fully fit and is now showing what the Kama Billiard we know, and being handled inside the box, but the referee ignored that.
Yes, indeed, as the ball is picked up now in the middle of the park by Mindirira. Here's Brian Banda, turns away from his marker, plays it on the far side as FC Platinum continue to push forward here. They guide it backwards. Still trying to make headway with Ngwenya, who plays a long ball forward. Pepe is beaten in the air by Manenji. Mindirira brings it down. Near side is Bebe. Sells a dummy, and Mindirira has got the strength and takes it away from him quite easily. Plays it through somehow. Kawe didn't see that. Gwenya. Ball played in the center. That was El Shaddai Magaya to Brian Banda. Banda will find Nyasulu. Nixon to the near side for Precious Piri, who guides it backwards. Finding his goalkeeper, Simbarashe David Bizavani. Gwenya on the far side once again as FC Platinum trying to push forward in a bid to find an equalizer. Bochwe exchanging passes there with Madake. Gareth Madake looks to his goalkeeper Nelson Chajga, who lifts a high one. Not much breath in it, and it's headed in the wrong direction once again there by Magaya, and it comes to Bebe. Need control. Bebe turns goalwards, skips past one man. Now he gets the return pass. A chance for him to go forward, but Manenji was the first to arrive. And the Precious Piri has taken the ball away. The cross comes in inside the area, and finally a chance here for Bebe. Blocked. As FC Platinum are now looking for what could be an equalizer. Fighting, and this one is posing danger on the far side to Belisa Jubani. And it's played through into the center, and in the end I think the ref will have to intervene. That's the why. Intervening for a foul on the FC Platinum player.
Should be
Looks
Msebe.
like Msebe once again has been a victim of these crude tackles.
There's the goal. Goalkeeper exposed there. Kama Billiard with a brilliant assist there. He was not selfish. He did the right thing in picking up a free. Msebe was in a better position to score, and you see that the goal. There it is again. Selling a dummy to those two defenders and finding the back of the net for Vasily Kawe. It was an easy task, but not as easy as we might think there. But the composure is what made it look so simple.
Yes, indeed. That's the sign of a good player. When you make a difficult job look so easy. Kevin Moyo. Tumsona, who brings it down for Kawe. And that one is well read. Bebe had a touch. This one picked up by Manenje, but then Kevin Moyo brings down Ngwenya. So the ref comes over, and I must say Kevin Moyo was very clever in showing contrition immediately, because Tubelicha Ngwenya had been hacked down, and because of the gentlemanly behavior from Kevin Moyo, no card was shown, but a free kick will come. This is how it happened. He was actually bundled to the ground. A crude tackle. The referee Dirwai once again awarding that free kick as Nyasulu prepares to dispatch this one. He finds his goalkeeper instead. For a moment I thought he was going to play it forward. Nixon Nyasulu for pure platinum play. Banda, formerly of Highlanders, a wonderful workhorse in the middle of the park. Brian Banda. Ngwenya once again robbed of the ball, but he takes it away from his marker. Sebe does well. Kama Billiard flicks it through for Kawe. Leaves it for Kama Billiard, who is actually gliding past defenders like they are not there. The return pass doesn't find the diminutive striker, and it goes out of play. Kawe, I think, hit the
Well, we will be reconnecting with the guys at Rufaro Stadium. We just like to apologize for that mishap there. As we saw already, Mavira Vira dominating the exchanges. Well, it was expected, wasn't it? But you never rule out FC Platinum because of largely because of the man who leads them. I'm talking about former Zimbabwe Warriors skipper Muchina Wemajuzi. That's Norman Mapeza. Vasile Kawe scoring a simple goal after veteran Kamal Billiard Kamaldinho had done all the work. Yes, we are at Rufaro Stadium, the high-density suburb, as we rejoin Stanley Katsande and William Tingwa.
Yes, Giovanni. He finds Nixon Sachinyasulu. Plays it through Bebe. In from Ngwenya once again, who flicks it through. Bebe will bring it down. Can we see a cross? It's a low one, not a very good one. And blocked there by Kevin Moyo. But it comes back once again to FC Platinum, and Walter Msona is the guilty party, bringing down Precious Piri. And the referee will have to come across, and I'm sure he's going to give Walter Msona a strong talking to as we see him trying to come in with a tackle, a typical striker's tackle.
Yeah, and that is
he's not used to that.
Exactly, and sure, that was a yellow card offense, but the referee has been a bit lenient there. But however, it's a free kick at a very, very promising position for FC Platinum, and the referee there indicating that this is going to be an indirect kick and you should wait for my whistle.
Yes, as Dirwai is counting the distance. The stipulated 10 yards before the kick can be taken. And meanwhile, Nelson Chajga, the Scotland goalminder, is talking to his wall. He wants them to move into the pre-ordained position before the kick can be taken. It's a pity once the referee looks the other way, the wall is moving forward. We don't have sprays in the country. Here's Brian Banda now. Dummies once. The kick comes in straight to the goalkeeper. It was on target. But unfortunately, the goalkeeper had a long view of the ball. Clive Chuma taking it straight to the goalkeeper, Nelson Chajga, who now rolls the ball onto the ground before clipping it away. Precious Piri gets the return pass, struggles a bit, but here he comes up now to Bebe. The return pass fails, and it's going to be a throw in. Mindirira.
Should be a free kick. Bebe was brought
Blaming,
down.
yes. More than a throw in, it's going to be a free kick with Scotland looking at the clock and possibly wanting to go to half-time, leading here. And the ref ordering that it be retaken.
Yeah, because Bebe was brought down near the touchline there. That's why
Yes,
the referee is
indeed.
going to take it to the correct position. Quickly taken.
Yeah, it's taken now and poorly taken as well. Cleared away by Walter Msona. Looking for Kama Billiard. Good control there by Nyasulu. There was no room. For a moment I thought he was going to make a loose touch. Now it comes up. Back to Magaya. Turns one way, then the other. Lays it to Ngwenya, who finds Giovanni.
Stanley,
And this will be...
I wanted to comment something on that confidence turned by Nyasulu on Kama Billiard. His coach, Norman Mapeza, once did it at the National Sports Stadium against Ghana. He turned a Abedi bowler right inside the box.
Yeah, maybe the coach is telling them to be confident. Norman Mapeza played for the Zimbabwe national team at the highest level. Captained the team as well for a very long time, because he joined the team as a youngster playing at right back at Rufaro Stadium under the tutelage of Fabish. And from there he never looked back. I'm talking about Norman Mapeza, the FC Platinum coach.
Also played Champions League, the UEFA Champions League with Galatasaray.
Galatasaray, exactly.
I remember he marked Romario, the Brazilian, out of the game when the Galatasaray played Barcelona. To Barcelona striker Romario then asked, "Where is Zimbabwe?"
Oh yes, he asked, "Who is this guy?" and was told he comes from Zimbabwe. And Romario didn't know where Zimbabwe is.
Exactly.
Well, after that he knew that it's a country in Southern Africa with the best weather in the world. And this is why Europe came to colonize this place, and we are the only ones who struggled indeed, even had to fight a war in order to be liberated, because the likes of Malawi and Zambia, it was just negotiations and they were given. But Zimbabwe, we had to fight. And thank God we've just celebrated our independence on the 18th of April on Friday. Here's a long ball forward. Chajga takes it away under challenge, and he must have landed awkwardly under the challenge of Tubelisa Juani. And he stays down, so it looks like we'll have a bit of a stoppage for Nelson Chajga to be attended to, and I hope that is nothing serious as you take a look to be attended to, and I hope that is nothing serious as you take a look again at the ball and the challenge. Yeah, Jubane had no chance of getting the ball, but he wanted to make sure he leaves something on the FC Platinum goalkeeper, Willie.
Yeah, I think he went with an elbow there on the goalkeeper, and there was no way he was going to beat rising Chajga. He's using his hands to the height advantage. He was going with his head, so he couldn't beat Chajga there. But Chajga is a very good goalkeeper, a shot stopper, clean catches, former of the Platinum Stars, and part of the crowd there. Norman Mapeza and Banda giving some few instructions to his captain there.
Oh yes, indeed, Banda has got all the experience, has been around and played at the highest level. I mean, he played for Highlanders. How high can he go in Zimbabwean football? And has gone on to win 4 titles under the tutelage of Norman Mapeza. He is now the captain of Pure Platinum Players. We take a second look at the incident.
There is the elbow, you see.
The elbow from Tubelisa Juani on Nelson Chajga, who is now feeling fine and will be able to carry on in this encounter. Tondera Indiraya should immediately tell his players to go back and defend as we confirm the yellow card on Giovanni.
Was it Kingsley Mremba? I saw the Kingsley. I'm not understanding why Kingsley Mremba has been shown as the one who's been yellow carded. I think we need to verify that. But also looking, Stanley, at the number of, I would sell my family for you, Kawe. That is the dreadlock number 98 for Scotland FC. There he is challenging for the ball.
The goal scorer
There he
takes
is
it
now.
away from Bebe. Vasily Kawe. Find his captain. This is Walter Msona. Manenji flicks it over, but it's headed away. Mreremba now. Ball played on the far side and flicked on. That was meant for Kama Billiard. We saw mobile this afternoon. He's everywhere. As the ball comes in, good control inside the area. And a shot. What a tackle. Brilliant tackle, but Bebe now can take it away for pure platinum play. Chops his marker and finds support from Nyasulu, who will play it back to his goalkeeper. Desabani Sibarasha David. Kawe. And this is Mreremba. Look at the comfort on the ball. Clipping it through, and another good run coming in from Musebe. But this time around caught offside, so that will be a free kick to pure platinum play. 1-0, Scotland in the lead. Vasily Kawe with the goal. That was manufactured by Kama Billiard. Here's Piri Precious. Chinyasulu. Goalkeeper Bizavani plays a long ball forward to Giovanni, headed on down into the center. Danger here for Scotland. It's taken too long. Madake, the little terrier, takes it away. Oh dear. The referee intervenes to say he fouled the FC Platinum captain Bran Banda. I don't know whether you watched Black Rhinos, the original Black Rhinos. The player who used to play at the back. I'll remember him very soon. He used to be a tricky player, as short as Madake, but he was tenacious. And when he fights for the ball, he reminded me of a terrier that is cornered. It will do anything to extricate itself out of that situation. A good crowd here for FC Platinum, coming all the way from Shishavane. And they've got quite some presence in the Vietnam end. Here's Nyasulu trying to get past Kama Billiard. Bebe will collect this one. Turns one way. A lovely work. Good looking cross. This one is overcooked. Goes out of play. And that was Magaya, who tried to curl the ball into the box, but it wasn't good enough. Still 1-0. 4 minutes to the Oranges. Both coaches pacing up and down in their technical areas as we take a look at the cross. Over the bar. No problem for goalkeeper Nelson Chajga. He knows that he mustn't lose this encounter, so that he will continue to be the goalkeeper. That's the standard at FC Platinum. Botchway. Madake clears the danger. Kama Billiard. Had a touch. This one with Bebe. And in the end, the ref blows again to give a free kick to FC Platinum. We're desperately trying to find an equalizer here as we take a second look at it. Did you see a free kick in that?
For me, I think it was not enough to have the player going down there. The referee, maybe since someone was going in the air, it would be easy to go down when you are pushed there, but that doesn't warrant a free kick to me.
Yeah, but the man in the middle, of course, is in charge. Trinity Dirwai. Long throw. Mindirira can't get it to the intended target. It's headed downwards once again. That was Msebe. It's another player who is all over the place. It's cleared away by Manenji. The big right back. Kama Billiard, Tulsona. Sona to Kawe. FC Platinum are flying forward with Madake. Turns away from his marker. Kawe with a good-looking cross inside the center. The goalkeeper struggles. But the far side assistant referee's flag is up for offside. And, one thing that I've noticed with Scotland is that when they're going forward, they're doing so very quickly and catching pure Platinum play at 6s and 7s.
Exactly. We see how Platinum are playing from the back. They are so relaxed, lackadaisically, very casual. So these fast forwards of Scotland, they are trying to capitalize on that, and this is why they were forced to make that mistake that resulted in a goal in the 19th minute. So they need to be very, very careful going forward. But Nyasulu Nixon there is very steady defender.
Yes, very, very steady defender. Nyasulu full of confidence, and Kama Billiard is doing all he can to harass those big defenders. Msebe goes down. Referee says play on. Bebe will collect. Here it comes now to Brian Banda. Gets the return ball inside the area. Bebe goes under challenge. And the referee says play on once again. Surely there was a real call for a penalty there. But then the referee thinks that Bebe has gone down far too easily. Mreremba gets past his man, plays it all the way to Walton Sona. Kama Billiard inside the area. Kama Billiard, the cross. Oh, that one is hung up. He's headed back to the goalkeeper. He has got the nerves of steel there. Tubelita Jubani.
I was surprised. There was a striker in presence there. He was present there, and the risk you took there, very high risk.
Very, very high risk there. As Brian Banda collects. Precious Spirit back to Banda. Playing it wide on the far side. Gwenya. Jubani. Past his marker. Lays it through. And again out of play. That was Gareth Madake. Very strong in defense. He doesn't overlap like Ronald Fumbizai, but he's not beatable on the ground. Wonderful control there by Bebe. What a catch by the goalkeeper. That's one for the cameras. Good catch in the 2 minutes of stoppage time here at Trofaro Stadium. Scotland still lead by 1-0. That goal coming from the boot of Vasily Kawe. Here is Tajga's clearance. Neatly taken down by Mindirira. Tripping himself. Thought for a moment he tripped himself by standing on the ball. Mureremba arguing that, look, he was already going down when he took the ball. And it's played here to Precious Piri. Neatly taken down. Magaya. Here's Bebe. Oh, that was close. But Kawe, the goal scorer, will take it. Playing a long ball forward for Kama Billiard. Certainly harassing the defenders out of their life here. My goodness me. Where is he finding the energy, Kama Billiard? Madake heads it away. And Ngwenya allows it over the line for a throw in to Belisa Jubani rather. As we take a look at the cross, that was very close indeed. So close.
Yeah, Rogers Chuma there. I think any kind of touch from on that ball, it was going into a net. Was Chaja was beaten there.
Completely, all systems out. Here's Nyasulu clearing it forward. Picked up once again. Banda. Mindirira. Being harassed once again, Nyasulu. This is Precious Piri. Checks. Lays it backwards. Out of your picture you can see Konjara Njiraya urging his players forward, but the referee, Trinity Dirwai, close to end the first 45 minutes here. What an exciting match, I must say, because there was action from end to end, with Scotland finding the goal after 18 minutes through Vasily Kawe. 1-0 into the lead, going into half-time, Scotland lead. But your thoughts, really, about the first 45 minutes?
Yeah, I think a watchable match here with a very good weather here at Rufaro Stadium. No rain threat. Yes, it's a bit cloudy, but I'm sure we will not expect any rains today. But the match get more exciting in the last 10 minutes of the first half there, with FC Platinum trying to look for that equalizer. And in terms of chances for both teams, I think it was some defensive mixes up on both ends. FC Platinum being the first one to be gifted that chance, and they far-forward it, failing to capitalize. But once Scotland got theirs, they capitalized with Kama Billiard feeding Vasile Kawe, where to beat a badly exposed David Bizabani in goals for FC Platinum. So here at Rufaro Stadium at the break, it's Scotland 1, FC Platinum 0.
Yes, indeed, and that takes us to the studio where CNN has got his team for the halftime analysis.
Yes, many thanks to Stanley Katsande and William Tingwa, DJ and Ginola there respectively. Of course, as we saw, FC Scotland, that's Maviravira taking that lead through Vasily Kawe, 1-0. And do you know what? If you're a particular Dynamo supporter, you remember a guy called Give More Manuela, whom you nicknamed Fambani Bora, Give More Manuela. Well, listen to this. Give More Manuela is the elder brother of Vasily Kawe, who plays for Scotland. If you didn't know that, well, Give More Manuela was quite something. Fambani Bora right along the right flank for Dimbare. So they a very strong follower of Scotland. That's Pokelo. And of course, his son plays for Scotland, but he's not in the lineup today. Maybe we will be seeing him a little bit later. Nathaniel Mutasa, we will have to see. Yes, so his mom following the team to see how he does. But so far, they are leading by 1-0. That's Scotland. We will be bringing you up to date with the scores from the other centers, like I promised, a little bit later on. But right now, let's talk to our two experts, and we've got Jemba Terence Malunga and Joseph Nkani. Let's start with Jemba. Jemba, we knew that Scotland were going to dominate, and it's probably the only thing surprising now is they should be up by 3-0, but they're only 1 up.
Well, we had really reiterated the point that they needed to dominate the middle of the park. And, well, I think for me they did the first 15 minutes before, obviously, Brian Banner and company really got themselves back in. And we saw the last 10 minutes, FC Platinum dominating a little bit and also getting threatening, especially coming from the right channel where Bebe is operating. But entirely, all in all, we have seen an interesting fair share of possession for both teams, and going forward, you would think Scotland was supposed to be more dominating, obviously because of the numeric advantage that they have in the middle of the park. They actually have 4 in the middle of the park, and we have seen obviously the inclusion of Mirembe really making the team a little bit more flexible and quite versatile. Where he has the ball, he likes to come in, get the ball a little bit, also get to play it, which is something that probably for me was missing for Scotland. And now they need to ensure that they have the ball a little bit more, because they have, like I've always emphasized, they have the players that can play the ball with any team and under any pressure. These are the kind of players that you would want to be able to hold the ball and play the ball. We saw the other incisive pass that was made by obviously that was made from Sona looking for Kamabila. Those are pinpoint passes that not any other ordinary player would be able to do, but only the players that with the quality that they do have are able to do that.
Oh yes, but it's not over yet until it is over, as we get shots there. More shots are coming from Rofaro Stadium, the ceremonial home of football. Great stuff. We've seen many games there at Rofaro Stadium. Now, Jose Mkani is also still here. And Jose, FC Platinum, yes, Scotland dominating, but we can't say that pure Platinum play have been totally outclassed, can we?
No, definitely, Senior, we can't say that. And actually, that has been the trend from FC Platinum. FC Platinum haven't been dominated by their opponents. Even if you look at their past 8 games that they've played so far, it's not like FC Platinum have been a bad side. Their only biggest undoing, in my view, is that Platinum hasn't been converting the chances that they are creating into goals. And if you look at the figures, CNN, FC Platinum doesn't give you more goals.
As we look at the stats there, Jose.
Yes. If you look at the stat, even the possession, it's the game is evenly balanced. It's only that FC Platinum have allowed 1 goal to get past their goalkeeper. And by the way, this goal that FC Platinum considered today is actually their 2nd goal in 9 games so far, which for me speaks of a team that is very mean at the back. They are very conservative. They are safe at the back. It's only that they are just not scoring up front. We saw, I think, in the last third of the first half, where they actually threatened more, but they just couldn't break the goal line and get a goal out of it. But definitely we can't say FC Platinum have been outclassed. They are in it, they are in the game. All that they need now, I think, is that decisive element in front of goal. You know, in the prime target area, that's where their biggest undoing is coming from.
I just want to stay with you there, Jose, and talk about maybe the fair call, unfair or fair call for a penalty that could have been awarded to FC Platinum there?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Well, I didn't see much contact for me to say it would warrant a penalty kick. Yes, there was contact, maybe from behind, but I'm not sure if I would, in terms of the degree of the contact, to say it would have warranted a penalty. It would have been a short penalty had it been awarded. But fine, it's a debatable issue. But in my view, yes, I think it's a fair call not to have given it as a penalty. But well, of course, it's arguable. I don't think the amount of contact and the pressure that was involved. Look, football is a contact sport. Yeah, we need to accept that. But at the same time, I wouldn't have given that as a penalty if I were the man in the middle.
And Jemba, would you have? Well, let's just look at the statistics first, Jemba, before the possession.
Well, we prefer. I mean, we saw obviously Scotland dominating a little bit. Well, the first 15-20 minutes, which then changed to FC Platinum getting back in it. And in terms of the shots, well, it's all equal, 1-1, because they're not threatening as much as we would have thought. And I think we were having a discussion of the former grace that we had and the kind of shots that they will take, especially when they get in the middle third, getting into the attacking third. And you rarely see such kind of will with the modern players. They want to walk in the net with the balls.
Yeah, they want to walk in. We were just talking about the former greats who could pack shots, you know. Shinda Zairukwa in the days gone by. We were just discussing that in the studio. We were talking about a former Shabani Mine player called Mishek Makota. He's late now. We used to call him Nyere, the bullet. He could pick a shot as we take shots there at Ruvaro Stadium. People really enjoying themselves. Yes, and let's take a look at the highlights of this match here. And of course, as we forecast that FC Scotland would dominate, and we saw the goal there coming from Vasily Kawe. Oh, beautifully set up by Kamaldinho. Yes, there were moments for FC Platinum, but it was always Scotland who were there. And, well, maybe doubts. Could the keeper, could he have stopped that? What do you think, Jemba, Bisabani?
Well, that was too close. And I think for a moment he thought probably the defender had it. And if I was in the position of the defender, I probably would have would have tried to stretch myself to get the ball. It wasn't too far from him. I know probably the pass from Kama was a bit tricky. You would think Kama was going to hate it, then he had to pass it. But the defender was coming through. I mean, I thought probably he had a good opportunity to actually get to stretch. And maybe probably kick it the other way or try and...
Let's look at that penalty incident that I was talking about. Let's have a look at it again. Do you think Trinity Dirwai should have blown, but we've already had Joseph Nkani saying that no, in his opinion, he didn't think it was a penalty call. Jemba, what?
No,
you just saw that again.
I do concur with
Jose.
Yeah, but I think that was pretty. It would have been a very soft one if it was going to be given. Obviously, the charge was there from behind, but not to warrant the penalty.
There was contact. If I was Dirwai, I probably would have given this penalty. This as a penalty.
But look at
I would have.
But that particular scene was outside the box. Yeah, probably.
No, I think he had just gone into the box. It was a bit, it was a bit touchy, but I think I would have given that one if I was Trinity Dirwai. But well, you see, some of these things you will win, and some, so many fouls. Another one there.
Well, I felt Musona right there was just lazy.
He was lazy.
He was pretty lazy. In most cases, if you have seen the player going, I mean, if you don't want to go mark, just don't go and mark.
Exactly.
Because if you stretch, you probably, cost the team that right there.
You should look at Vinicius Jr. more often.
For sure.
When he loses, he just stares, doesn't he?
For sure. Then we know that we don't have you in a play.
That's right. Well, skillful he is, Vinicius Jr. But boy, oh boy, perhaps one of the laziest players around. If he loses the ball, he just stands. And people wonder how Arsenal thumped Real Madrid. But anyway, we are digressing. We are talking about Zimbabwe football, which is your number one, which is our number one. And we are at Rufaro Stadium. And Mavira Vira leading Pure Platinum play by 1-0. If you just joined us, Vasily Kawe set up brilliantly by the veteran Kama Billiard. More highlights coming for you from Rufaro Stadium, from our tremendous crew there. That delivery, and it was well dealt by the man they call Chajga. We call him Maoko. He's got gigantic, massive hands. As you heard, they don't have a number one goalkeeper. They just change and change and change. For now, Nelson Chajga is number one, but pretty nothing to choose between Chajga and the other goalkeeper, Talbot Shumba. So that is why I bet he probably, before he set up that formula, he probably was tossing a coin to say who is heads and who is tails for one to do that. Remember sometime Ron Greenwood, the former England coach, tossed a coin for Ray Clemens and Peter Shilton. There's Norman Mapeza, Tonderai Ndiraya, rather. Stanza, Michael Tapera, Gunners is going to be sent in, and we don't know what Gunners is going to do. Jose, Michael Tapera, Gunners.
Oh, yes, maybe he might come in, but at the moment I don't see maybe if there will be a quick change, as it were, on the part of Tonderai Ndiraya. Because right now you're leading 1-0, and you're actually in charge and in control of the game so far. You may not want to disrupt the momentum and the combinations that are currently on the field. You want to maintain that, maintain the stronghold, and possibly get a second goal to consolidate your hold on the game, and probably bring him late on in the game. So as you can see in the stats, when you want to look at the number of the phases of the game where Scotland have scored, they've actually scored most of their goals in the last 15 minutes of the game. And today they scored in the second 15th minute phase of the match, which is actually speaking of a team that is in charge and in control. So I'm not expecting early changes from Tonderai Ndiraya as we speak. Maybe later.
Yep. Substitution there from FC Platinum, Selemani ready to come on. And earlier on, it was Mapeza, not Stanza Ndiraya, was talking to Gunners Michael Tapera. And just thoughts there, or should I have come here, or maybe we should have gone somewhere else before coming here? That might be the discussion there, but we don't know. Right, we are ready to rejoin DJ Stanley Katsande and Ginola Willie Mtingwa. 1-0, Mavira Vira in the lead. We'll be talking to you at the end of the night.
What sort of effect do this have on the game here, Willie? Selemani coming on and Chuma coming off.
Yeah, remember Chuma is the one who missed that golden opportunity in the dying stages of the game when we said he just needed to have any sort of touch inside the box as we kick off. But Jeremani is also a striker who is coming, so definitely FC Platinum and Nomen Mapeza are looking for an equalizer as soon as they can.
Yes, indeed, and possibly go on to get a second one that will help them to win it. But will Scotland allow that? Your guess is as good as mine. As we restart the second 45 here with Tubelisa Jubani, but taken away by Msebe. Kawe is fighting for the ball. Still tussle for possession. Kawe comes away with it. Here comes Mreremba. Gareth Madake. A bit casual with the pass. And he takes it all the way back to the goalkeeper, and he even gets a handshake from Peter Mudua, who must have been momentarily worried about the direction that Madake was going. Kevin Moyo with a long ball forward, neatly taken down there by Walter Sonan, who is home. Sabe finally cleared away. Commotion inside the area, and the shot comes in. Nobody home for them, and in the end, this will be taken away. Magaya, Bochway, Banda flicks it forward, finding Mindirira in the process. Precious Spirit, dummies one way, guides it backwards to Nyasulu. Here is Magaya, operating in the middle of the park alongside Brian Banda. A heavy touch, gives away possession, and Kamapilia takes advantage. Bochway to Peter Mdua. And then Nelson Charge guys shaping up to make a massive clearance. And this one is out of play. Throw in to pure platinum play. And Jubani guides it backwards from Gwenya.
That touch and cross by.
Good defensive work there, but very nearly an own goal in that process. Oh dear. So close. Confirmation of the substitution. Jarison Selemani coming in for Clive Chuma. The Scotland continue to lead here by 1-0 with just started the second 45. Here's Nyasolo. Brings it down neatly. Gets support from Mishak Ngwenya. Here is Selemani. With his first contribution, turns away from his marker. And Ngwenya will take it upfield once more. The captain has gone back to help out. Here's Ngwenya. Banda has to contend with Kamapilia, does so very well. Nyasulu goes down. There was an accidental trip from Kamapilia. Still Mishak Ngwenya in possession to Nyasulu. Wide on the far side. It's Precious Spirits, Magaya rather. Magaya shuffling the ball from one foot to the other before making a decision. Plays it through to Mishak Ngwenya. Into the center, Selemani riding a tackle. And Kamapili at the first to arrive, and Walton Sona sent the wrong way. Here's a chance now with Bebe. He has got the pace, but then Manenji has got the power. He has kept him out, and Norman Mapeza is beginning to realize that, look, the matchup between Manenji and Bebe is not in their favor there. Manenji is certainly very strong, and he's got the pace as well. He's keeping out the youngster at bay.
I think no wonder why Ronald will be there to sit on the bench there, because you can see Manenji has got a robust structure there. It's very strong. It's the way he shoots this ball, and the FC Platinum player there had no chance. And Stanley, some news filtering through, very steady development for the Casablanca Premier League here. Kwekwe United failing to pitch up at home at Bata Stadium against the Renders.
That's very, very unfortunate indeed. When you fail to pitch up at home, what does it mean? Are you ready for Premier League football? That's a question that should be asked about Kwekwe United for failing to pitch up for their home match. Remember, in a tussle, beaten there, the cross from Selemani, but cleared away emphatically by Madake, neatly brought down by Mishak Ngwenya. Here's Brian Banda, turns in field, he's got support from Magaya. Magaya with the short one. Mendirera. Plays it through. Giovanni. Gets the return ball. Banda once again. Here's Precious Piri. Piri with the long cross. Moyo clears the danger but doesn't get very far. And Magaya will guide it backwards. Here's Nyasulu once again with a clever pass. Tightly monitored by the big frame of Manenji. He plays the ball into touch. That should be a throw into FC Platinum. And they take it quickly. Still trailing by 1-0. Pure Platinum play under the leadership of Norman Mapeza. What a good run there. Here they come now. The cross will come in a very good position. Bebe on the far side neatly takes it down. Still looking for support. He gets it. Gwenya, the cross, but Moyo will clear for FC Platinum. Brian Banda guides it to the far side. Flips it through once again. Bebe has been chasing all the loose balls. Tightly monitored by Manenji. Now it comes to Brian Banda. A veteran who has seen it all. Guides it all the way back to goalkeeper Bisabani. Nyasolo. Here's Gwenya. Brings this one down. Turns away from his marker. I don't know what he was looking for. These fans, pure FC Platinum play. Well, they've got something to smile about because their team has been piling on the pressure to try and find the equalizer. Banda with a heavy touch. It's taken away by Kawe. And the Scotland played the ball forward with Peter Mdua all the way to the goalkeeper. Simbarashe Bizabani.
And the news from Mother Center Stanley at Ngoni Stadium is still new Moors and Dynamos. And Usaki Gurirabe just given Simba Bora the lead against Chiganin in Bulueo.
That's a good run by Joe Lupasha. He's going through a purple patch here in the country, in the league, posting some very important victories. Here's Gwenya. Selemani takes it up now, playing it through back to Jubane. This is Gwenya. Tunyasulu. Misha Gwenya. Tandrandraya. Very pensive here. He knows that it's not all over until the fat lady sings. He leads by 1-0. Ball played through. See Platinum. Oh, that's a nasty clash. Bochwe. Wonderful goal! Brilliantly taken, my word. That is unbelievable.
The substitute. It's the substitute.
This is brilliant.
Jarrison Junior Selemani.
Selemani giving goalkeeper Nelson Chadia no chance at all. And the crowd clearly showing who they are supporting here. It was a loud roar to celebrate that goal. Brilliantly taken by Selemani. The man who came on as a substitute, Garrison Junior Selemani. A full-blooded effort to make it 1-1.
And Stanley, if you would see the eruption of joy from the FC Platinum bench there, and the fourth official calling the referee Birwai. I'm sure she spotted something on the bench, and the referee might take action. But what a goal, what a thunderbolt, what a hit. And definitely you need something special like that to be charged up.
Definitely that one had goal written all over it the moment it left the boot of Selemani. And Coach Norman Mapeza defending his bench, some members of his bench who are being shown the yellow card.
Daniel
Veremu is claiming that he stayed in his technical area, but
But to be honest,
Anna Maria Mtanga was not happy with their behavior when the goal went in. But my word, who wouldn't celebrate such a brilliant goal, Willie?
definitely everybody will celebrate it, especially with the pressure they are under SC Platinum's players. But I want to be honest there, the fourth official got it quite right. I stood up and watched the bench, how they were celebrating. Norman Mapeza, the one who remained rooted, punching the air, but Daniel Verem nearly bumped into the fourth official, and he was rightfully awarded that yellow card by the referee. Thumbs up to the fourth official, Maria Anna Mutanda. I was calling Maria Mtola.
I remember you even told it during, just before the match, you were saying, look, each time I try to say your name, I'll always say Maria Mtola. Well, Maria Mtola, of course, is the Mozambican long-distance runner. She has since retired. But here, the action continues with Bebe. FC Platinum just finding the equalizer. Sebe will collect in the middle of the park. Here is Msebe to Madake. Action swinging from one end to the other. Poor pass by Madake. He goes up to clear the danger. Then it comes to Msebe once again. Mreremba couldn't get onto it. Gwenya beaten there by Dua. And this one rolls into touch. Throw into pure Platinum play right in front of their own bench. It will be Tubelisha Jubani. And a change. Saidi is set to come on. Young Mreremba Kingsley is withdrawn. And Sandy comes on. With Chandra and Diraya trying to improve his attack, and in comes up young Mtimbanyoka, Panashe Mtimbanyoka. He can be quite a tricky customer. He is now going to test Mishek Ngwenya. On the far side is Manenji. The ball has gone out of play for a throw in. 1-1 the scoreline. Confirmation of the substitution. Mtimbanyoka coming in from Sebe. Jersey number 30, Sebe withdrawn. Yes, Sandy, the substitute. Starting off with a loose pass. It's taken away by FC Platinum on the far side. And this one goes out of play. The assistant referee on the far side awards it to Maviravera, Scotland FC of Mapuku. Here's Manenji now. Ready to dispatch the throw in. He finds Sandy. The dummy there by Manenji. It rolls into touch. Here's a chance now for FC Platinum to find a second one. Mishek Ngwenya headed down and beating Selemani in the air is Madake Gareth. The out of the picture is Norman Mapeza directing operations as Jubani prepares to dispatch this one. It's cleared away by Mishek Ngwenya. Neatly taken down by Panashe Mtimbanyoka. Finds support in Bochwe. On the far side is Wal Thompsona. Ball clipped through, neatly taken by Mtimbanyoka. Kama Billiard. The cross will come in, headed away. And in the end, it rolls on the far side. As Kama Billiard continues to fight a lone battle. And FC Platinum have managed to work their way out of trouble with some clever teamwork. Lovely in the passing. Brian Banda lays it through. Yes. Norman Matepeza, whatever he said at halftime, seems to be working here. Here they are. Mishek Ngwenya. Selemani, the goal scorer. Ngwenya again, fighting for possession. Free kick, says the referee. And the away end, the away to our left, the city end here has come alive now. It's housing the FC Platinum supporters. The bulk of them, of course, have come from the Shavani.
Yes, that City End Bay, popularly known as the Cape United Bay, housing most of the FC Platinum. I think that was a poor by Sadiq there from behind, giving FC Platinum a good crack at goal from about 20 meters or so. I think that's a very good position, and that's exactly the sort of distance where Selemani, there it is. What a full-blooded shot there. No chance for Nelson Chachka.
Definitely no chance. This one would have gone in, even if you had the best goalkeepers in the world. And this is their celebration.
There it is again, Stanley.
You can watch this one over and over again and never getting bored.
Yes, you can't say that. There is no Menu Mapeza. He just they cut it short. If you had seen Veremu going past Menu Mapeza off his technical area, that's why he was yellow carded. And Stanley, Claude Makopa has just given Moss the lead against Dynamos at Ngoni Stadium.
So it's 1-0 to Moss at Ngoni Stadium in Norton. Dynamo's another team that's going through a hard time here. They've been on a losing streak. They are not scoring goals.
And that will go down as the first ever Premier League goal scored in Ngoni Stadium there by Claude Makopa.
Now the free kick will come and Selemani looks interested. Here he is.
Can he cook a rice here?
Let's see. Oh yes, wonderful effort in it. How did he do that?
I can't believe it, Stanley.
My word.
I can't believe the fallout there. Who missed that? Clashing the upright posts. I'm sure he injured himself in the process.
Kama Billiat being harassed unfairly and the referee has blown.
They
want a free kick. This is the shot.
Brian Banda.
He hit the... My goodness me.
Of all people, the captain.
That was the right man to be doing that. Unfortunate for Norman Mapeza, but he has certainly changed the complexion of the game in the second half here. FC Platinum breathing fire and brimstone. They very nearly took the lead. Confirmation of the yellow card, Divine Mindirira. As Banda heads it away. He could have given Pure Platinum played the lead. Here's Panasham Timbanyoka. Bochwe looking for Madake. The sliding tackle has played the ball into touch. Corner kick to Mapiravira. 1-1 the scoreline if you're joining us for the first time. And this is the incident once again. And the Selemani, you find him everywhere.
I think he's
definitely fighting for his position in the team.
Yes,
provided the goal, nearly created a second. There he was defending. Here comes the long ball forward. Cleared away. They are appealing for a penalty, not given. Manenji clears the danger. It's brought down by Bebe. Banda is chasing, but it's taken away by Kevin Moyo. It's played through. Lovely work to Walter Msona. And the ball is stopped by FC Platinum as they play the ball on the far side to Bebe. Bebe collects. Restart the formula with Nyasulu to Nixon. Nyasulu. Here is Mishak Gwenya. And it's picked up on the near side. Saidi. Madake taking a bit of time. He's being given lots of problems there by Gwenya. And FC Platinum have come with renewed energy. Saidi. Picked up again by Vasily Kawe, the goal scorer for Scotland. FC Platinum playing the ball through. Piram Dua takes it away. Now Bochwe to Timbanyoka, tightly monitored. And it goes all the way to Kevin Moyo. Manenji is looking for Madake, who does well to keep the ball in play and finding Walter Msona. Kama Billiard is calling for it. And a crude tackle from behind. That, of course, Magaya. He should stop over complaining because the referee might decide to yellow card him. Well, he did get the ball,
Yes.
but then he went on to take the man as well.
Yeah, he got the ball with his right foot, but his saying left foot there clumsily brought down Sona, and that's what the referee saw. Remember, when he won the ball, the referee was behind. So what the actual referee saw is that left leg, which then clattered the both legs of Sona, who was preparing to shoot there.
Yes, indeed. Let's see if Kamabeliad and Sona can conjure up something special from this sort of distance. We know that they can all hit them as Tondera and Diraya stands pensively there. He knows that it could have been 2-1 down. Wait not for the upright that stood firm in their defense. Bizabani just positioning his wall. Do they have Declan Rice in their side here? We are talking about Rice, the Arsenal player who scored twice against Real Madrid in the Champions League at the Emirates Stadium in London. It's a match that was watched by millions of people all over the world. Now this is Walter Sona. Sona picks away a few meters. Ready to hit this one. Walter Sona. That was hopeless. Always rising. These shots are always very difficult to produce because you need to get it to rise and then dip again. So the skill required there is quite complicated, and Sona got it horribly wrong. It's 1-1 here at Rufaro Stadium.
And the way he hits the ball, Walter Sona, he needs those free kicks at a greater distance. That's when they can dip in. Like, remember, he scored quite a number playing for Polokwane, playing for Zimbabwe against Nigeria and Rwanda in Huye. They scored a brilliant free kick which gave the goalkeepers none. And remember, Utumelene Kune, the former South African #1, was beaten again when Walter Sona was playing for Polokwane City.
Oh yes, Walter Sona is a good take of these set pieces. If you can score against the likes of Nigeria, that's no fluke. He did that when we played Nigeria and Rwanda.
Even beating Itumeleng Kune from
South Africa. He was at the time the first choice goalkeeper and Kaizer Chiefs goal minder as well. Here's Brian Banda. Magaya picked up again by Bebe, who leaves it back of a precious Piri. Banda plays a long ball forward looking for Ngwenya, and he's taken back to the goalkeeper. Long throw finding Vasily Kawe. Gareth Madake plays it forward looking for Walter Sona, but tightly monitored. Here is Magaya once again. Kawe heads it to Bochwe. Saidi Madake, and he wrong foots his own man in Walter Sona. I think he was under a lot of pressure, Walter Sona. In the end, he couldn't keep the ball in play. It goes out of play for a throw-in, which will be taken by FC Platinum in a 1-1 situation here at Rufaro Stadium, the home of Zimbabwean football. Garrison Junior Selemani finding the equalizer after Vasily Kawe had given Scotland the lead. Here's Bochwe, turning one way, then the other, then finds Madake, who clips it forward looking for Vasily Kawe, but well defended. Magaya's got a head to it. Ngwenya once again, Mishek all the way, and I can see Saidi will be taking this one, guiding it backwards to Kevin Moyo. Another long searching ball forward. And Panashe Timbanyoka allows it out of play for a throw in to Scotland. Maviravira. And out of your picture, Maviravira are lining up Taman Machope. And the captain,
Walter Sona.
Walter Sona, being rested. The Peter Mdua takes the armband Walter Msona being given a handshake, and he goes on to shake his colleagues. And Machope is one of the top goal scorers in the country, scoring very important goals. Let's see if he can change the complexion of the game here. Madake all the way back to his goalkeeper, Nelson Chajga, who was beaten hands down by Selemani. And this one is for Peter Mdua, who is now the captain. Bochwe, Saidi. Saidi is a bit laid back, and that was another effort from afar by Bebe. Cape United fans are here, and Dynamos all ganging up against Scotland.
That has been the norm ever since the season started here. Most supporters here in Harare, they dislike Scotland somehow, and maybe it has to do with how they gained promotion from Division 1. That's why they don't want them, and even after that they flexed their financial muscle in getting players from various teams like Kingsley Mreremba, God knows Murwira, Peter Mudua, Kelvin Moyo, all those players. They scrambled them using their financial muscle.
Yes, it is the financial muscle that has irked most of the teams like Cape United, Highlanders, and well, for FC Platinum as well. And I think Simba Bora will weigh in with a complaint because they lost the likes of
Machope,
Walter Msona,
Vasile
Kawe. Those are players that actually won the league for Simba Bora.
But maybe for Simba Bora, the better thing is that they were rewarded handsomely for that. And another substitution there for Mtokosolozile Ngwenya being substituted there.
Yeah,
and in comes Vincent Nyangulu.
Yes, Vincent Nyangulu comes in, and the young Tabeliswa Ngwenya leaves the field of play. Norman Mapeza making some adjustments in a desperate bid to win the match here. Confirmation of that substitution in a 1-1 situation. Nkama Billiard being beaten. Here comes Bebe shielding the ball against Manenji. Nkama Billiard working his magic, and in the end it comes to Machope. Machope turns one way. He has got about 5 players to contend with. Nkama Billiard lends it through. Manenji is still down. Here comes a good-looking ball, and the goalkeeper had no option but to punch it out of play and give away a throw-in. The referee hasn't seen that Manenji is down, but he's getting up now as the ball is played through. Yes, Saidi. And in the end, it will be a set piece, free kick. This is how it came about. And the goalkeeper.
Yeah, I'm sure that was very intelligent from Bizabani, because the way the ball was bouncing, if he had tried to catch it, maybe the momentum was going to take him outside the box, which was going to consider an unnecessary free kick at a very dangerous position. So just fisted it away to give a throw in and allow his defenders to come back and assist.
Yes, as we see there, some members of the crowd, with some high-risk maneuvers, perching themselves right at the top of the stadium handrails. Here's Kevin Moyo for Scotland, clearing the ball forward. That goes all the way back to the goalkeeper through Mishek Ngwenya. They restart the formula now with Nixon Nyasulu looking for Nyangolo, bitten in the air. It comes to Kawe, back to Saidi, who hasn't really impressed me since coming on. Timbanyoka is another who has been kept quiet. And Banda collects the ball, came back in the second half to dominate proceedings. Selemani, the danger man now. Here he is, working his way past Saidi. Keeps the ball in play. One or two step overs, and the good cross comes in. Then the header. This one out of play. Throw into FC Platinum. in a 1-1 situation. 15 minutes left of play, nearly 75 now. And the FC Platinum fans are in full voice because their team has managed to find an equalizer. And out of your picture, a player is down from FC Platinum. Magaya it is. Hagiazo El Shaddai Desire Magaya. Scotland Glenora chapter. They've come in with a very special message. Say no to drugs.
Very special message, Stanley.
And miwe.
Yes, that's a chapter.
Choa. We don't want suspicious loitering, so yeah, you get punished.
And the referee there ordering that Magaya should be treated outside the field of play. Remember, this is not a head injury, you are not a goalkeeper, so play should resume whilst you receive your treatment outside the field of play. And he is obliged, he has been taken out. So resume with the throw into FC Platinum. Part of the crowd there, enjoying themselves.
Yeah, it's a wonderful afternoon, a family afternoon as well. And another free kick. Scotland becoming impatient, and I can see
Kama Billiard.
He has noticeably run out of steam in the second half.
Exactly.
And comes in
Michael Tapera.
And there will be another change here.
Nathan Mtasa.
Nathan Mtasa comes in, and Michael Tapera.
Should be Bochwe.
Bochwe is coming off. And in comes Nathan Mtasa. Bochwe today, well, he didn't raise his game to the dizzy heights that we are accustomed to. But nonetheless, he had a decent afternoon on the park. As Mtasa takes his place in the middle of the park. The Kawe immediately grabs his hand to form the two-man wall for Scotland. Confirmation of the substitutions. Here comes the chance, and this one goes out of play. It will be a corner. Well, a goal kick rather. I thought it was a corner. But the ref has pointed to a goal kick. Nelson Chajga flips it through. Saidi Kawe and Timbanyoka didn't do a good job, and finally Madake will collect. Long effort once more. FC Platinum winning every loose ball as they come forward now. Kawe finding Machope. Being hacked, and the referee says play on. Saidi plays it wide. The loose touch shot coming from Manenji. Here they come once again, but some good running coming in from Tapera. But FC Platinum are breathing fire and brimstone here. Ball played to the far side. They check one way, then the other. The cross, but it will be taken away by Saidi. Anywhere goes for Saidi. And I'm sure his colleagues are saying that you could have done a lot better by playing the ball to the nearest man. Here he is standing firm in defense. Kawe playing it wide is too far ahead of Nathan Mtasa. So that will be a throw-in to FC Platinum. They pick it up once again. Here they come. Still knocking it around with Magaya. Doesn't get past one man. Timbanyoka does. Yes, Panashem Timbanyoka racing and racing, but plays it on the far side now. Jaros Michael Tapera inside the area. The ball cleared away. Kawe picked up by Selemani, and the block by Kawe was with his hands, and it looks like there will be another change. Shoko is replacing Mindirira. And Polyester Shoko comes on to replace Divine Mindirira. That's the confirmation. And there he is, just shaking hands with his colleagues for a job well done. And I think they came back with a vengeance in the second 45 minutes. As Nyasulu collects possession. FC Platinum with the substitute. Shoko gets the return pass. Long ball to the near side for Selemani. And it's back with FC Platinum. Jubani has gone down. It's Selemani rather who has gone down, so it's a free kick. That will be given to pure Platinum play. FC Platinum, the Norman Mapeza coach side, giving Scotland a torrid second 45 minutes. We've played 81, 9 minutes to the 90. As you see Norman Mapeza there, just telling his players to be mindful of the danger. He knows all about Nathan Mtasa. Good looking cross inside the area. And this one will be taken by Michael Tapera. Michael Tapera trying to blast him. Well, I keep calling Michael Gyros because when I started my commentary, I was doing about his, Gyros Tapera.
Gyros Tapera was his coach at Maniga Diamonds.
Yes. Here he is now. Oh, it was a full-blooded effort. He's in a hurry to find the second goal. He knows that, look, we can't keep dropping points. It will be very difficult to recover. Chandra and Raya just making sure Madaka and company are in the right positions and leaving out Saidi as the lone defender. Now the corner will come after some housekeeping by the referee inside the box. Here comes the kick. It's cleared away. Machope. That was hopeless. That was actually Manenji.
Yeah, signs of desperation.
Yeah,
from
signs of desperation, definitely. Here is Shoko. Oh, flicking a lovely ball. And a good run by Pepe. Inside the area. He turns away from his marker. Chance now. Wow. That was a sweeping move. And these fans were expecting a goal. It didn't happen. And out of your picture, Mapeza, furious with his players. Good shielding of the ball, and Shoko there. No, that was a feeble effort.
Exactly. Maybe if you're trying to find Nyangulu there, Vincent was better positioned. Maybe he didn't have the time to pick up with free inside the box. He just aimed at goal, which was a weak effort, and no problem for Nelson Chajga.
Oh, yes, indeed, no problem at all. But here is Brian Banda. All the way to Bebe. Manenji is in trouble. And the goalkeeper takes it away. Oh, Bebe has finally found a way around Manenji. He's been looking very dangerous indeed. And this one will go out of play as the FC Platinum technical department is very happy, and confirmation. Well, news from other centers. LWEZIMBABWE 1-0 over Chicken Inn. Moz 1-0 over Dynamos. Ngezi Platinum still goalless with Highlanders. Moz are certainly flying, aren't they?
Yes, they're flying. That means that result will take them to the top of the table. They'll actually open up the gap if Ngezi fail to win against Highlanders. And I'm surprised. The Highlanders, I think they've done very well today. Remember, they are poor travelers. They're also coming up with a lot of draws. They only lost there at Baobab against Moz.
Oh, yes, indeed. I remember calling that game at a free kick. Just been awarded now to Scotland with time ticking away. Just over 5 minutes. And the technical, well, the medical team has been called upon to come and attend to the injured player, but changes his mind, the ref.
I think it's Magaya.
It's Magaya who had gone down.
But he's the one who committed the foul.
Yeah, he committed the foul, so I think they're all saying it's fine. He will be able to get up and get on with it.
Can Nathan Mtasa be a better candidate from that range?
I haven't seen him take these set pieces. But certainly they need someone.
Now Kamabidad is out. Walterson is out.
Walter, so they'll have to look to the other players. Maybe young Nathan Mtasa.
Kelvin Moyo is there as well.
Yes, Kelvin Moyo with his left foot. He can do it, and Tondira Niraya knows all about it. And the Scotland fans are trying to lift the spirits of their players in full voice in the Vietnam end. And I must say the crowd has swelled to a reasonable level now. I think they're about what? 7,000, 8,000?
Yeah, exactly, 7,000 thereabout.
Now the ref says, let's go. Kevin Moyo stands over the ball. And it's going to be Mutasa. Oh, just over the bar. That could have gone in with the goalkeeper flat-footed, Willie.
Exactly. The goalkeeper had no idea of what is happening here. That was a full-blooded zipping left footer by Nathan Mtasa there. Just a touch by Kelvin Moyo, and Mtasa, he knew exactly what he was doing. It's just that it was just a few inches over the crossbar.
Yes, indeed, as Yasolo plays that one forward.
There
it on, taken away by...
Not very far.
Oh, that was very close.
Yes, very close.
Very close indeed, and these fans, they are enjoying the action, but not the scoreline. Being Maviravira, certainly they would like the team to lead. Shoko trying to flick the ball over, and this one has gone out of play. Nathan Mtasa is the one who produced that blistering effort that sailed over the crossbar. Here's Gwenya Mishek playing the ball downfield, and Madake makes sure it's safe. Tapera brought down by Magaya. That will be a free kick.
Yes, Magaya was climbing all over Michael Tapera there, and the referee quite right to award a free kick to Scotland. And if this match ends in a draw, Stanley, that means FC Platinum will have out of the 7 matches 6 draws and only 1 win.
Yes, indeed, and the chance now for Tapera. He wasn't attentive. That was a glorious opportunity for Maviravira, but it didn't come to fruition with Tapera. Partial asleep. But of course, his presence has injected a sense of urgency in the Scotland outfit. But so does Selemani for FC Platinum. Yes, Bebe. Finding support to Nyangulu. It's played backwards to Magaya. Bebe. Shoko. Back to Bebe. Bebe now. Still in possession. Shoko tries to find a shot. The chance for Nyangulu, who is harassing the Scotland defender Peter Mtua unfairly, and the ref intervenes to say that should be a free kick to be taken by the goalkeeper Nelson Chajga. This is how it came about.
Yes, pulling
indeed,
pulling the jersey.
Oh, he had
The
his
shoulder
hands
everywhere.
all over the body of Mtua like a rush.
Yeah, it's only that Mtua is very strong.
Yeah, Mtua is quite a strong character. He doesn't give up. Here's Gareth Madake. Good clearance coming in from Misha Kangwenya. Moyo to Madake. Dua. Long ball forward. Brought down neatly. Michael Tapera. Good sliding tackle from Brian Banda. He's been very effective in the middle of the park. Machope fighting for possession. It's kept in play there by Jubane, who clears the danger. Madake finding Kawe. Kawe for Tapera. Tapera now gets past his marker, drifts inside the area, turns away, looking for support, gets it. But no, Selemani was the first to arrive. Yes, Shoko. Playing a very mature game, this Shoko guy. And Selemani, full of energy. And Madake blocks it. Throw in with, we've drifted now into stoppage time. Yes, Selemani jinxing his way around his opponents.
90 minutes, but it's
90 minutes by my watch.
But the fourth official not even showing any intentions of raising the board, still to communicate the referee, and a yellow card is going to be shown to one of the players. Is it for the technical bench or is it going to be a red? No, it's just a yellow card.
Just a yellow card there.
4 minutes.
4 minutes.
But I haven't seen the board. Maybe it has run out of batteries or something, I think.
Yeah. Or maybe they raised it when I was looking the other way. And the ball is played all the way back to Bisavani. It looks like this is going to be a 1-all draw. Pure Platinum play coming back very strongly in the second 45 minutes. Scotland should have done the job in the first 45. Tapera Michael guides it back to his goalkeeper. Chajga clips it forward. Madake beaten in the air. Tapera gives it away. Is he tired already? Yes, Selemani. Back again to FC Platinum and Kawe. Vasily knocked to the ground. Saidi. Here's Madake. Clipping it forward. The Magaya has done well. Banda to Shoko. Back again to Banda. Yes, Selemani. Selemani now teasing Madake as it turns one way then the other. It turns now for Banda. FC Platinum enjoying a lot of support, more than they do and even when they're at home, because they've got the combined support of Caps United, Dynamos, Highlanders. Well, plus of course the fans that they've brought. You can see there in the stands away to the left as well. We see how Banda and company were toying around with Scotland. Tapera for Saidi. Kawe back to Saidi. Good ball to the far side. Poor touch from Timbanyoka. This one goes away to Nyangolo, who turns in field. Danger for Scotland. Long clearance from Nyasulu. And it comes into the center. Saidi once more. Kawe to Madake, who plays it through Michael Tapera with another loose touch. And this one, with Machope chasing, gets the chance, turns in field. No support. He lays it through. And Kawe! Oh, this one over the bar. It was over the bar. And he knows that, look, by failing to put that one on target, he has let down his team, and this match, I'm sure, will now end in a 1-all draw, Willie.
Look at it, Stanley. He had all the time, hold on to the ball. Even his body language there tells it. He's tired. He's not prepared to good crack at goal there. But I'm sure if he had stopped that goal, he would have had better options. But signs of desperation for Scotland. They're so desperate for all 3 points. But since the referee has blown to end this match.
Oh, yes, the referee blows to end the match here to Faro Stadium. 1-1 the final score. And of course Scotland took the lead through Kawe. And then the equalizer by Selemani was a beauty to win any match. But unfortunately it ends in a draw. 1-1 is the scoreline in 90 minutes. And Willie, your thoughts before we cross over to Charles?
Yes, Stanley, 1-1 here at Faro Stadium. But my thoughts there, I think Selemani Jeremiah Selemani there. I will give him the man of the match. He injected a lot of life into the FC Platinum flair of attack there, and he caused some anxious moments for them. And remember that time he almost cooked that rice with a blistering free kick, which Nelson Chajwa punched into the path of Brand Banda, who failed to capitalize, clutching the upright post. Otherwise, we could be talking of a different story here, where FC Platinum could have grabbed a late winner here. But a good match, especially the second half. It was full of entertainment, Stanley.
Yes, full of entertainment indeed. And as we prepare for the interviews of the coaches and others, I think we should give a chance to the guys in the studio to talk about the match before they come back here. It's over to you, Charles.
Thank you so much to Stanley Katsande, DJ there. Yes, as we prepare for them to talk to the two respective coaches, Muchina Wemajuzi and Stanza. Jarison Selemani, yes, you remember him? He was at Dynamos and is now at FC Platinum, born and bred in the high-density suburb of Mumhari. Aruka Shinda. We were talking about the late Mercedes Rambo Sibanda. Wow, full-blooded shots all the time. And Jemba and Jose are still here. And as we take a look there, the shots are from Rufaro Stadium. Well, Jemba, 1-1, fair result?
Well, it's pretty fair. In as much as we obviously Scotland would have, well, I would have thought they had it. They could have gone to win it, but the second half really proved otherwise. They didn't have control of the ball. They didn't play the ball in the spaces, especially the half spaces going forward. They didn't have the control of the ball, which is why probably we are talking now about Selemani. He came in, utilized the space, and he had a brilliant shot on target that went past the goalkeeper. And this is what you then, this is the argument that I was having, to say in most cases you need to be able to play the ball for you to actually create chances for yourselves. If you don't play the ball in as much as you would wanna have a target man, but you ought to have the ball pretty much or pretty more, so that you create chances going forward.
Yes, Selemani there, I think one of the best goals, probably the finest goals that he's ever scored, Selemani. And Jose, do you think that maybe Stan's a brilliant coach, one of the best coaches in the country, but do you think that maybe trying to manage too many stars might be a bit of a challenge so far? I mean, the season has still got a long way to go.
Yes, agreed. The season still has a long way to go. Yes, indeed, there is an element of the psychology in the players. You know, you are a coach, you are a good coach, but coaching a galaxy of stars who are bringing in diverse kinds of egos amongst themselves. They are bringing in different levels of experience in the game. They've been exposed to the top levels of football. So definitely, yes, it brings along with it various challenges in terms of managing individuals into one composite team that can cause problems for many of our opponents. So definitely, it's going to be one of the problems that I think Tundra Indira has to manage. To say, is he managing names or is managing Scotland football team?
Jemba, you want?
I just want to quickly butt in. I think this is also the level that he is at the moment. In most cases, it's not about the technical aspect. When you're at this level now, it's main management, which is one key critical. I think that's why we have seen abroad they say that they are called managers. We no longer call them coaches.
Okay, Jemba, just sort of butt in there. Right, we are ready. The guys at the stadium are ready for us. First, Stanley Katsande is talking to Muchina Wemajuzi, Nomen Mapeza of FC Platinum.
It was a good game of football. If you look at the quality, both teams, very entertaining game. I think very tactical game. I think with a little bit of lucky with that opportunity, maybe we could have wrapped up the game. But look, the guys worked so hard. We'll take this point and see what will happen in the next games.
But are you worried maybe by the lack of goals? The defense has been
Even look, if you look at that opportunity we got again in the first half, Tando's opportunity, that's what has been happening. That's what is happening to us. We have to keep working. We have to keep working. These guys also, they need to keep believing that it will happen. It will happen. You know, we had good opportunities again today, but you know, like I said, we have to keep working, and that's the only solution. We have to keep working. We have to keep working and trying to rectify those problems we've been facing week in, week out. But look, talking from this game, we had so many positives, and I think we work on that. We work on that going forward.
Thank you so much, Coach, and
thank you.
Muchina Wemajuzi saying we have to keep working, and today there were many positives. We're just waiting to link up with the other coach, of course the home side's coach, that Stanza. Let's find out what he has to say.
Indifferent match, very competitive match if you ask me, but I'm happy that my boys competed very well. This is FC Platinum we're talking about. Yeah, former champions. And they've got a team which has been together for quite some time. And if you look at the way they dominated the midfield in some moments, those are boys who have been together for 5-6 years, you know. But our boys did well. We scored in the first half, and after scoring that goal, we then dropped in concentration. Dropped completely, and then allowing FC Platinum to dominate. We scored through a counter press, then we caught the ball and finished it off. But then after that, we stopped doing that and allowed FC Platinum to start to cripple back into the game. And that's then allowed them to be on top until the halftime break. And then we came back a little bit improved in the second half until that wonder goal from Jarison Selemani. I mean, that goal can win you a match any day. It was a wonder goal. And there's nothing, of course, our defenders could have done better in terms of closing him down. When he got in, we knew that he was going to take one like that. And we had to pass the message to the goalkeeper, but unfortunately, he used great technique, great shot, and resulting in a goal. Then we tried to push forward, created some chances, but then we were not clinical. I think we had one of our chances there cleared off, almost off the line. But I think it was a very competitive match, and I guess the crowd really enjoyed.
Thanks so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Well, saying this stanza, saying that it was a very competitive match and the crowd must have enjoyed. Here are the highlights from this very thrilling game. And, well, that was the goal. And what a goal it was, Jemba.
As obviously coach has alluded to, if you see that that's a tricky pass, and obviously well, it's more of to eat the cake or poor cake for you to eat, and that was what the pass meant.
I would have scored that if I was a true fan.
I bet you that.
Yes, and Scotland seemed to be running away with it. But then these guys here had other ideas. That, of course, that equalizer coming from, just look at it. Tarisa Shinda iyo mwana wa mdara. Jarison Selemani. Ha! Woo! Reminding me, Amapeza. I don't know whether he's seen anything like that because, and that one could have gone in. Brian Banda, Jose.
Yes, the
Brian
captain
Banda.
there. I mean, there was a late ball back that came on his path, but then he failed to connect it. He connected with the crossbar when yet the empty net was actually wider than the goal post. You know?
Exactly.
It's a very strange miss. Yeah, you know, after the goalkeeper,
I would have scored that one as well.
You would have. Yeah. After the goalkeeper had parried the ball back into play and he was head on goal. I don't know why Brian Banda missed that. I think maybe he rushed his decision. You know, he had been taken maybe a minute or a breath of fresh air to compose himself and just tuck that ball in as a tap in. He would have been curtains for Scotland. Yeah, very unfortunate miss there by Brian Banda.
Now, I got a question for all of you watching. I got a question. Would you have ever imagined that after 7 rounds of matches, a team called Moors, the Panthers, would be heading the log standings? I wouldn't have. I was just asking Jemba and Jose, they wouldn't have as well. So they are on top. They are now on 17 points. That's Moors. And second place, Angezi were held to a goalless draw by Highlanders. They only go one. I think they are on 12 now. So, Moors, this is how Ghana's, Jemba was just telling me back in 2009, those of Agaita, no pressure. And they won the league title in 2009. But of course, it wasn't their first year in the top flight. That was done back then in 1984 by Black Rhinos. And that record has stood. And I don't know, Moors might be doing it yesterday. They might do it. We'll have to wait and find out. Well, that's just about it. Just leaves me to thank the two experts here. Thank you so much, Jemba. It's always good when you're around here. And all the best with Ngombe Aora.
No, thank you.
Okay, right. And yes, the man from the COP, Jose. It's always good when you're here. I know 3 points away. You beat Tottenham. You win the EPL. No, you shouldn't comment on that. I just wanted to say. Right.
Well, it's good to be here.
So, do enjoy the rest of your viewing here on ZBC TV from everybody from ZBC TV Sports, fronted by our producers, Beben Shinurai, Stuart Choriwa, and Tinashe Manyoni. We say, remember to take care of your loved ones and each other. I'm Charles, CNN Mabika. Until we meet again, it's bye-bye for now.